Hey everyone, it's Angela, Create Your Future. Thanks for being here, guys. So in our video today, I am going to talk about thought transmission, calling in your desire by speaking to it, speaking to the version of your person that you want to experience, speaking to the version of anything, any outcome that you want to experience with your thoughts, connecting through your thoughts. This is how the law of assumption works. This is how the universe works. This is how life unfolds. So stick around. This is a great video. It's a juicy topic. I love to think about and talk about thought transmission. I do want to mention before we start that links for working one-on-one with me and links for my course are down below in the description box if you're interested in that. Okay, let's jump into thought transmission. So guys, your thoughts are constantly connecting you to something, connecting you to versions of people, connecting you to, your body image, connecting you to financial things. Your thoughts are always connecting you to something, and your thoughts are always overheard. In other words, whatever version you are thinking of a person in, whatever version you're imagining of them, you're connecting to that version. All right. So for instance, if you are experiencing a breakup with your specific person and there's a third party in that relationship and you're thinking about that, what you're saying is, I want more of that. You're speaking to the version of your person that's not faithful. You're speaking to that third party. You're saying, I want more of you. The way it works is the universe doesn't decide if your thoughts are going to serve you. It just says, this is getting attention. And so you get more of what you're thinking about. You are, in essence, saying, give me more of whatever it is I'm focused on with your thinking, with your thoughts. That's how thought transmission works. So what we have to become aware of is the thing that we really want. What do we truly want to experience? And we have to move away from those complaints. When we're complaining about something, when we're complaining about a person, when we're complaining about our current circumstance that we don't like, again, we are saying, okay, give me more of it. Keep me here. I want to stay in this, because it is as if we are giving that all of our energy. We are giving it all of our energy. We're putting our focus, our attention on that. We're ruminating in that place and causing the experience to stay there, or we're causing more of that to come into our reality. So we have to begin to think about what we're thinking about, think about the process of what's happening, and remind ourselves that we're calling in an experience. We're calling in a version of someone when we put attention on that. Okay? You're calling in something and connecting to something that exists if you can think about it. So if you are constantly thinking about that bad experience with your person, you're saying, I want more of that, when you could just as easily begin to think about what you really do want. Truly, what is the outcome that you would prefer? If you've been going through a situation where your specific person is currently with a third party in the 3D experience, you need to begin to think about that version of them that wants you and only you, that version of them that is dedicated and committed to you, that version of them that is in love with you. You begin to do that with the understanding that you're connecting to that version of that person. That person exists in a parallel reality, and you can experience that version internally, right? You can connect with that version internally. You can communicate and call that experience to you. And the more that you do that, the more energy that you put towards that, you will then collapse that wave of potential in that reality so that it then comes into your experience. But you're connecting and speaking to everything all the time with your thoughts. You are speaking to your body. All the cells in your body are always listening to you. So you need to begin to think about what you want in your body rather than complaining. If you want energy and strength and health, begin to talk to your body that way. I'm so grateful that you're healthy. I'm so grateful that I have energy and strength. I'm so grateful that, I can do anything I want physically. I'm so grateful for whatever it is that you want. Don't go back to that old story. Don't ruminate. Don't complain about the thing that you don't want, because in essence, you are speaking to that situation, that version of your body that that is aligning with sickness, a lack of energy, the weight that you don't prefer. You're speaking to that and saying, I want more of you when you do that, when you complain, when you go back to that. Speak to the version of what it is that you do want. And now the same thing is true with money. You can speak to money from a position of lack. When am I going to have enough money? When am I going to be able to buy that car, go on that vacation, have this amount of savings? When you say when, you're reminding yourself that it's not there. So you're saying to money, this is what I'm going to stay in. This is what I'm going to loop in, because you're putting attention, you're speaking to that. So internally create the story. I have an abundance in my checking account. I'm going to be able to travel. I'm going to be able to get that car. I'm going to be able to do whatever it is that you want. Internally connect and speak to the thing that you want. As soon as you begin to focus on the situation internally, as soon as you begin to put attention on something, you are moving into that reality. You are moving immediately into that lane that is leading you, putting you on a trajectory to have that experience show up in the 3D. You're connecting internally, you're speaking to the outcome that you prefer, and you are now on a trajectory that's going to lead you there. And I know many of you are probably thinking, well, why don't we see things show up immediately then? If my thoughts are constantly and immediately connecting, why don't I see that show up? It is because usually we have resistance in the beginning about the thing that we prefer. And so you have to persist. You have to laser focus your energy by connecting again and again and again into the thing that you do want, okay? You're just overcoming the old story, and you're putting your energy now in the new direction of what you do want. But it's already happening in the realm that you can't see. It's already happening in the quantum when you begin to change that story. So, for instance, let's go back again to maybe an SP situation with a third party. When you begin to think things and speak to that version of your SP that loves you, chooses you, wants you, is no longer with a third party, your person is having those thoughts, feelings, emotions in their own experience, right? You're connecting to that version of them. And so they're thinking, they're moving their thoughts in that direction, and they're beginning to think, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I with this person? I really love, the person I was with before. They're thinking, there's always something happening. They're experiencing something that is a reflection of your thoughts, okay? Because your thoughts are overheard. Your feelings, your emotions, they are picking up on that on some level. So it is working, it is moving. It just takes persistence to overcome that old story within you so that you can collapse that potential of wave and align yourself with that experience. But it's always working, it's always happening. And remind yourself of that. When you're thinking about your person, when you're thinking about your body, when you're thinking about money, whatever it is, remind yourself that you're connecting to that version that exists, that's in another reality. You're connecting, and your thoughts are being overheard. The story that you choose, the story that you want, the story that you love is being picked up on as soon as you think it. That builds your faith. That gives you confidence. That is the true reality also. The thing that you see outside of you, the 3D, that is old news. That's a reflection of old thoughts. So remember that story within you, that story that's connecting to the version of your person, whatever it is that you want to experience, is the real reality. That's the true reality. And all you have to do is continue to persist in that inner dialogue with your person in the version that you want, with money, with health, whatever it is. Continue to interact with that internally, because you're just literally applying more energy when you do that. And it is being picked up on. Guys, I have had so many experiences in my life where I've seen my thoughts, I've seen evidence of my thoughts pushing out, evidence of my thoughts connecting with that version of something that I want to experience. I've had people change their plans because I decided internally, I spoke to them and said, you're going to change your plans. I need you to change my plans. I need your plans to change to fit what I have going on right now. And it happened. Plans changed. My son, when he was an infant, I've shared this in a video, we thought he had some serious illnesses. The doctor wanted to do a lot of testing. And I began to just affirm and tell myself over and over, no, you're healthy. Your body is healthy. You're always going to stay healthy. And I aligned with that healthy version of my son. His body was listening. And after all of the testing, they could find nothing wrong with him. He was completely healthy, and he's healthy to this day. I have literally had moments when I have been talking with someone, and just as I thought about something, when I thought about what I want, when I thought about my preference, I've had them turn to me and repeat almost word for word what I was thinking about. It is real. It's always happening. It's always occurring all the time. So check in with your thoughts. Remind yourself if you're ruminating on a fight with someone, do I want more of that? Because I'm actually asking that version of that person that I've had a fight with to stay in my reality. Do I want that, or do I want to make up with that person? Do I want to have a new friendship, a new relationship? I'm going to focus on that version. And when I do that, I'm speaking to that version. Check in with this process. Remind yourself of what's going on. You're speaking to something in a reality every time you think. Your every single thought has the potential to create and to show up in your 3D. So I'm going to close here with a quote from Neville. And it says, what you truly believe of others, you will awaken within them. Whatever you're thinking about someone else, whatever story that you're connecting with in regards to another person, you're awakening that within them. That version is going to awaken, and you just simply persist in that. And this applies not just to a person, but it applies to your body, it applies to money, it applies to the car you want, it applies to the house you want, it applies to everything. Your thoughts are always connecting you to something. You can speak to anyone, to anything through your thoughts. So that is my video about thought transmission. It's an amazing topic. It's how we manifest. Our thoughts are always connecting us to something. So stay aware of that. Be careful about what you're thinking of, because you are connecting yourself to an experience potentially with your thoughts. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it's been really helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.